Sexual assault, sexual abuse, when it has to do with toddlers, even teenagers, has taken another turn. I felt it should be winding down because there's so many people talking about it, so many people conversing, for it to be cocked. But it's almost looking like it's taking another form. Most people even do it and put it out there. They put the camera and they are, filming themselves doing that. I don't know what's going on. It's painful. It's a menace. It's something that is almost eating up our society, and it's not just a Nigerian, an African thing. It's a universal issue, and I feel we should start thinking of solution. On today's show, I have very interesting people in the studio who are, will I call them experts, but they have been handling issues especially when it has to do with abused children, teenagers. I know you're going to learn a lot, and if you have gone through abuse, you are also going to get comfort from them. You will learn how you can come out of it. This is Things Time with Chichi. My name is Chichi Umesiaka. I know the topic is a bit depressing, but it's a fresh day. I believe that everything will work out for our good. I want you to sit tight. We'll be right back with the rest of the show. Welcome back. It's still Things Time with Chichi, and I have in the studio beautiful people who are going to help me talk about this issue, this madness that is eating up our society, the issue of sexual abuse, especially when it has to do with kids, toddlers, even adolescents. And I have with me.
Hello everyone, I'm Onyechi also. I'm a women and child rights advocate.
Yes, I didn't get that part. Thank you for saying that.
I'm a self-development coach, and presently running a campaign on against child sexual abuse.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. You are also an author. You have a book.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so we'll talk about that book. I have another very special person in the studio. Please help me introduce yourself.
Hello everybody, my name is Chinwe Akubeze. I am a teenage coach. I am also a writer, and well, I'm a lover of every good thing.
Okay, welcome to Things Time. Thank you so much for being here. Please tell me you are seeing what I'm seeing. I mean, the madness. There was a video I saw recently it took away sleep from my eyes for a whole night. I couldn't sleep. I don't know if you stumbled on that video, but what is going on? Is it that the campaigns we've been doing on sexual abuse and all that is not winding down? I think it's just going to the next level. What do you think?
Well, let me just say, truthfully, we are not doing enough yet.
Okay.
We are not doing enough. Parents are yet to understand that they really need to be careful. People still need to understand that if you're talking about sexual assault, especially when it has to do with children, that prevention is the key. We are not doing enough. And then most importantly, we mustn't forget about the times we are standing in. There's this pressure. It looks as if everything is coming out. Everything that's been hiding before now has this pressure to come out. The times are winding up. Maybe not, someone should not say I'm sounding spiritual, but that's the truth. We are at this time when all that is inside everyone is struggling to show itself. So everything that we've struggled over the years to hide within
is just coming out.
And unfortunately for us, all of us human beings, we've lived wrongly for a long time.
Wow.
So all our evils are coming out.
So apparently you're saying these sexual issues that we've been having, it's not a new thing. It's been there for many years. But
no, yeah, it's been there. Many of us that come out to talk, we are victims. Many of us were victims ourselves. But
I love to use the word survivors.
Yeah, survivors.
I don't agree.
We are survivors.
We are survivors. So, but back then it wasn't like this, and it could just be that you have one uncle or one to try to pinch you somehow, and coming out, you feel that the best you can do is to help the younger ones, save them from this thing and make parents understand. But right now, there's no shame again. Nobody hides anything again, and to make matters worse, the more we try to get the parents understand what is going on, the more many of them are hiding behind religion, hiding behind their belief in God. Many people tell you it's not my portion. And so long as people continue to be careless about this thing. They want to live in ignorance. By the way, the sexual exploitation of children have two friends: ignorance
Yeah.
and disbelief,
And the
denial.
Yes, denial. Yes.
Denial. For as long as we keep denying them, they'll happen every day. It's sad, but there's nothing much we can do.
Wow. Auntie Chinwe, what do you think?
Yeah,
What do you feel parents are not doing enough?
I agree totally with Tony because even from I don't know how long ago I want to backdate. Okay, I don't know, like centuries. There's always been child abuse. There's always been child molestation. Even from the days of the pharaohs, the Neros, the whoever the emperors.
Yeah.
That's when it started actually, because when you go back to the institution of the monastery and all of those, if you take a good look at that, if you take our time and research, which of course I've had to do myself, you find out that it started from those little children who will come to help the monks and all of that being molested in one way or the other.
Wow.
But by then, nobody, we were, like she said, everybody was living in ignorance. Nobody even knew there was anything like child sexual abuse until it started becoming prevalent gradually, and now it has gone into full explosion, and there's little or nothing that we can actually do, because the people who even believe that this thing is an eyesore and would want to do something are very, very outnumbered by the people who do not believe that
It's happening.
Yes.
So there are people that just believe we are cooking up stories.
Yes. Yes.
How? Where? I don't get it.
People called me every day to ask me, what's this you're writing about? This cannot be true. Why do you always want to scare people?
Wow.
And these are everyday happenings. These are things we see. These are things you show. We have the victims everywhere. You have children. I mean, you have babies as young as 3 months.
3 months, yes.
3 months. I mean, you see a baby. There was a video sometime not too long ago of a man who used his finger to actually, I don't know.
It's horrible,
term.
yeah.
I don't know the term
It's horrible.
to use here.
Yes.
But we see these things every day. We come to terms every day. You move. In fact, I was just telling a friend, I was telling you before I come to the studio, these days I try to put on my phone because sometimes you can't even sleep. People call you to report cases. Like you start, and you know what pains me? Try as much as you can, take up the case, sentence this the perpetrator. They did.
It's already
It's already
done.
done.
The damage is there.
The damage is there.
Psychologically,
And for
physically.
me, the only thing that matters in this is prevention. And this is why we think every parent and adult should be interested in this.
Yes.
Because we are talking about a crime that does not just affect the physical development of a person, it affects the psychological and spiritual development.
That's spiritual.
Because a baby at that age, a young person, we tell adolescents not to get into sex. So imagine we are talking about
An infant.
a toddler, an infant. So it affects the whole being of the child. So the person's development gets distorted, and we end up having dysfunctional adults. So where are we heading to?
Heading to exactly.
So for me, there is no tomorrow, there's no society if we don't kill this monster.
Absolutely. I love solution. Like you have mentioned, this thing is even deeper. It's not just enough to it's not enough to just exactly. You say, okay, we've caught the perpetrator. Let's charge him to court, and that child is already damaged.
Yes.
How I know you have handled a lot of children or cases like this. What are the things you suggest to them? I mean, I'm trying to, because I've handled this topic in the previous seasons, but these things are still out there. So how can we, I want you to come from the angle, what are the measures that you have used in helping some of the kids that have gone through this?
Well, what that is important, which we must do, unfortunately, this is what our people run away from, even when you offer it free of charge, is that every victim of sexual assault, including an adult, needs some psychological therapy.
Yes.
If you don't get to give that person that wholesome treatment, he or she might grow up becoming a perpetrator.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hurting people, hurt others. True.
Yes.
Yes, because two things happen here. The child either gets used to it and enjoys it, and you see a child doing things that outside is they're not age appropriate, or the person gets to hate it, even in adulthood, doesn't want to
And
hear.
in only few cases will the person break out.
Exactly.
True.
So the person needs a wholesome treatment. So you have this psychological therapy where you need an expert to give this very time treatment.
Okay.
And unfortunately, our people don't want to come out. Of course,
Come
nobody
out,
wants to
open
report
up,
it.
and yeah.
If you hear the cases are reported, you take it up. Halfway, you abandoned.
Wow.
You go halfway, you don't have any
Or
witness.
you're threatened.
Wow.
In fact, you get threatened.
Wow.
And someone tells you, look, this is my
I'm gonna
family.
stop talking about
That's
this. I don't want to.
There was this case of an adolescent who was raped by her uncle. And the case, bad enough, as usual, came to me like 2 months after the case.
Wow.
And you know this is something you have to treat, you have to handle immediately, bring the medical to make sure
Exactly.
you get all the preventive.
Yes.
Yeah. We managed, tried to get the few medical, they said we go. But how did it go legally? The father told me, look, I'm not interested in this. The mother kept coming, but this woman wasn't doing anything. For the few times she came out, I had to pay her transport
Wow.
with that of the baby to get to the police.
Wow.
I had issues with the DPO because of this. Okay, why don't you arrest the perpetrator? Like, the community is not interested.
Yes.
I went to the leader, the editor of the committee, were like,
And sometimes
government
you're
people.
even told to go home and resolve with this person.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
Yes,
And you
in
know,
the
this
face
is a
of
problem.
this kind of crime.
Wow.
People don't understand. This is not a problem you solve at home.
It's not.
It is a crime. It is a social
Should be
issue.
treated
It's not an
as
issue.
one, yes.
And should be treated as one. And this is where, like, the teenagers, they try to tell them, okay, this is your uncle, is this, let's settle it at home. You don't settle it at home. You cannot settle it. So we have to do the medical part, do the legal part, and then do the psychological part.
part.
It has to be a wholesome thing. Once something misses there, we miss it.
Mrs. Chinwe, I need to ask you mentioned the therapy. In Nigeria, do you think a lot of us, appreciate or even understand the importance of therapy when something like this happens? If a lot of us see it as a foreign thing. They see it as Oyibo thing.
Yeah, you're right, because just the other day I had the opportunity to discuss with someone who I was even thinking, he should know more than I do about this therapy, receiving counseling and all of that. But shockingly he said, Chinwe, this counseling thing, he said in Igbo, this is something that whites are used to. How many counselors do we even have here? What do the counselors know? So I was shocked. If somebody in his caliber,
Can say
let
that.
me use that, can say that, what is going on with the layperson who doesn't even know jack about counseling? Somebody that knows, yes, there's counseling, but
Yeah.
told me that this is foreigners people thing, it's white people.
So it doesn't work here.
So it doesn't work here. Who is counseling the other person? We are all frustrated.
Yes, sir. Let me ask you this. As a parent, there was a scenario that happened. A child, in their home
Yeah.
was abused by,
An older relative.
yes.
Yes.
And this person is someone that is taking care of the family.
You are very trusted.
Exactly. He's actually financially helping the family.
Yes, like a pillar to
Exactly.
the family, yes.
And when the parents couldn't do much because they are looking up to this person. In that situation, what do you expect the parents to do? The mother really wanted to push, but the husband is saying, if this man stops helping us, we are doomed.
Yeah.
In that situation, as a mother, what will you tell your husband? What will you do?
Well, you see, the thing is, I think we need to go back to a place of reorientation. It comes into play because the mother in this case now knows that this is wrong. We need to pursue this. And the husband is saying, because he gives us money, we cannot pursue it because we're doomed. So it comes to reorientation. Like Onyi, I know, is into women, protecting women's rights. They are giving them the opportunity, the ability, and the capacity to even voice out, even against the stand of their husbands, as far as there's a crime that has been perpetrated against humanity or against anybody. Okay, so if we come from that angle, even let the women know that they can actually come out and there's help somewhere.
You shouldn't protect.
The help mustn't come from the so-called relative who is also abusing that
Child.
that child.
Yeah.
So it mustn't come from him. He's not the only relative that you have.
And
so,
if you're going to lose that help, lose it
so
for
you
the
better lose it, because you have to decide at
for
this
the
point,
safety
what
of your
is more
child.
important
Yes.
to me? Is it the relative or my child?
You know what people are saying is even far. Let's get down to the primary one, where you have the father of a child.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, you know she was talking about the
molesting,
relative.
a father, biological father,
Exactly.
molesting
His own child.
his own child, who is as young as 9,
And bans the wife
And the
from
wife-
saying it.
and the wife knows,
Yes, and she's banned
and
from
swears
uttering
the
word.
child. Then the child takes an oath of secrecy.
Yeah.
The wife.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you a practical
Yes.
case I've handled. Makes the child to swear never to tell anybody.
Are they okay? That's the only question
That's
I can
the
ask.
assumption.
That's the assumption.
That's the assumption. Of course, you know they are not okay. We have different levels of madness.
Absolutely.
And this is
Yes,
why we need
it's
a
not
level of.
just-
One is
I think
the
we all need to go
True.
get checked
Yes.
up
Exactly.
every other time.
Exactly.
Apart from
when
other
a
health.
woman
True.
stays and she doesn't hasn't have any means of livelihood, and the man is the sole supplier of everything.
Yeah.
She's considering what will happen
If I leave.
If I get out here, yes.
I told a woman, in fact, the particular one told me, well, you are not married, so I want to keep my marriage. I told her, well,
Wow.
madam, you can keep your marriage.
At the expense of the child.
This is marriage, it's not marriage.
Manage.
For this
It's
child,
managed.
She
has
True.
the right to development
to safety,
and safety.
yes.
Absolutely.
So we're taking up this case.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because what she's into is managed. She can stay there.
Yeah.
True. True.
So this is a problem. We are in a society, one, if you're not married or you leave your husband, you're seen as a failure.
Yes.
I'm not saying divorce.
Yes.
But when some things are happening,
Yes,
you
you
need
need to
to
protect
speak
that
about
little
Yes.
one.
When you follow the child's right law, whatever you do should be at the best interest of the
Of the
child.
children, yes.
So whatever you are doing that you're not considering the child, you are not a parent. In fact, I tell them every day, being pregnant for 9 months and going through the
Labor,
windows
yeah.
of labor
Giving birth,
doesn't make you a
doesn't
mother.
make you
True.
a mother.
True.
The mad woman out there does it.
True.
For me, it is the process of raising this person to become
Absolutely.
a responsible person.
Absolutely.
It's
That
not.
counts,
It is
yeah.
not having a big potato that gives you potato chips. It's how you slice the potatoes.
Yeah.
So when we fail to do what we're supposed to do, that's it. I went for a program once, and after speaking with the girls, one slipped a note to my hand. I read it, and she said, "Thank God, I was contemplating suicide before this
Wow.
program."
Wow.
So I told her, "What happened?" She said there are 5 girls of them. She's the last,
Yeah.
and her father had sex
Sex
with
with
all of them.
all of them.
Wow.
So I just asked the next question. Of course, I knew the answer.
Yes.
How about mommy?
How
She
about your
aware?
mom? Yes.
She knows.
Yes, she knows.
Wow.
So I went to the woman. She was like, "Okay, what did I do? My marriage."
Wow.
You know,
So we have a problem.
I keep talking about the mothers. Recently, I remember I forwarded
Yes,
something
yes,
to you.
yes.
There's a girl. I was wild. I had to let her. I said, okay, let 2 persons see this. This girl came and said, my mother is saying you've done WAEC, and I mean
That's
you're
it.
even lucky I didn't get to that point. And have you ever considered how I met your dad? It was from being,
It says here.
being turned around at this at the sales point. I was just telling you that story before we came on set. I said, this girl said, I'm going to run away because I cannot live this life.
The mother is trying to expose her to abuse.
Expose her to like abuse, you know.
Wow.
Feed her with the information that this is the only way to get by. You think I'm going to now suffer to start giving you stuff? Because she said my mother doesn't cater for
How
me.
old?
My
How
father
old is that
dead.
girl?
She's 17. Just wrote her WAEC.
Wow.
And the mother does not buy her sanitary pads and all of that. Not like she
So
doesn't
she
have
can
the
go
money,
out and
so that
find.
she gets frustrated.
Yeah.
There's a lot that women need to do.
You know,
in the
when we
lives
talk
of their
about this,
children.
we only look at the stranger. You and I know that about 85% of the molestation
That happens, yes, in the yes, in the home. True, true.
And now we have parents exposing their children.
True.
Let's even think about the films that we expose our children to.
Yeah.
You walk into a place, you see a mother seeing a film that's rated 18
Together
and
with
above,
the children.
and she's sitting with a boy, a child of 4.
They are seeing
And
everything.
they
They
see
understand.
everything. Then we see a mother step before the child. She dresses and undresses, and she says, "Little child, he doesn't know." Who tells you?
True,
Who told you that?
true.
He knows.
True.
Then there was a particular case, Chinwe, where a girl came to me and said she's 16, the younger girl, sister is 14.
Okay.
The younger one goes out with men and brings things. And particularly the mother called her, sat her down. Come, what are you doing? Is it that men don't call you?
Wow, a
You want
mother,
to bring things back into this house?
a mother.
Okay.
So I'm saying this, so we begin to see where our problems.
It's a comment.
I keep going back to I keep going back.
So
to
no
Yes.
matter how it's done,
I know. Yes, I also know the fathers. They have their own place,
they have
roles.
their
Yes,
roles, yes.
they have. But I feel we mothers, we should be more attentive. We should be more
Pay more attention.
pay more attention. To our kids. For you to leave a toddler with maybe a stranger, I'm not going to trust anybody. I mean, my daughter, when I leave them, when people come and I clearly tell them in front of my kids, if you touch them in their, I call it the way it is,
Yeah.
they will tell me. So I'm embarrassing that person in front of my children. Let them understand that you have no right to do that, because we need to sensitize, we need to educate these children.
Educate
Some-
them, yes.
We need to.
I grew up in a home. I was raised by my grandma. And my grandma was, how will I say, this community help. Everybody was coming. Hey, you need something,
You come to her.
Everyone wanted to
Wow.
send someone for her to raise. She wasn't educated, but she was this disciplinarian, But in the midst of it all, and this is why I tell parents, those people that you help, those people that you trip into your home,
Sure.
just watch it.
Sure.
Those people that you help pay their school fees. In the midst of it, that's when I have people that will come, try to touch you.
Come and go as
True.
they please. The
True.
house is open.
True.
And you know what? It was this setting of this very religious setting where you are even afraid. You know the thing about being molested?
True.
You are scared. You're not even sure anybody will listen to
Exactly. Nobody will believe
can't
you.
even
That's
say
also
it
my own
because
case.
In your home, such things are not being said.
And
It's
Yes,
not allowed.
yes.
And you come up and say,
And the
"This-
person
this
who is
happened."
talking to you knows your family, and he will tell you, they won't. You can't
know
say
they
this in your
won't.
house.
Yes.
There was this man. If I describe him, people tell me don't describe because when you do, they will know the person.
They will know the person.
And I always do. I
Wow.
always do. Today he's a ninth of whatever. He just
Wow.
retired from Abia State Polytechnic as the. This man, we come into this now. I was already at my early adolescence, the adolescent stage. We walked to our house. He was a relative. He's a relative, rather. He will come into the house. I'll just tell him, "Oh, Mama is not around." He'll tell me, "I know. That's why I'm here." Imagine it. He knows the time.
And there's a whole
He
lot
knows,
of-
yes.
Pushing me around the house.
Wow.
There's a whole lot of, I know, that's why I'm here. There's a whole lot of it happening right now.
Yes,
I know that
yes,
every day.
yes.
I know.
Yes. A 15-year-old girl, after listening to me on radio, she called me and she said, we talked about something like this on radio, and she said, my reverend father has been calling me, asked me to send my account details, and this girl is 15, and this man is 35. And,
He's a reverend father.
a reverend father. And one day I'm not against, spiritual people doing it, but it's just that they are men. They are normal people.
Yes.
And we need to be careful. I mean, after I told her, stay away from him, this one. One day she called me, after 5 days, she called me and she said, he just called me and said, he wants to come to my house. Her own mother came to see the reverend father, and he's going somewhere else so the reverend father knows that the
That
woman is
she
not
is
around.
out.
Yes, and he's coming. So she called me and said, I can't lie. What? I said, get out of that house.
Just
Tell him
leave
that
the
your mom
house.
sent you somewhere. So these people understand what they are doing, and I feel we should start sensitizing our teenagers.
Children.
Become, yes, even the children, yes.
Start from the children.
Yes, we need to start telling them
teach
to
them
know,
what's
yes.
obtainable and what's not obtainable.
You know how I do it. I go out. I talk to the young people. We go to school.
You have a book on
Yes,
that. Please,
yeah.
can you, go ahead.
We talk to them from the age. I will tell parents for as soon as that child can talk.
Can talk, yes.
Let the child understand there are some parts of the body that we have reasons why we
Use
call
the
them
proper-
private.
use the proper
and
names.
let them know the names.
Yes.
People say we expose their children to this section. No. The reason is this. If this child doesn't know what to tell you, a child was molested. And the child kept telling the mother, my stomach is paining me. Until 2 weeks, until the woman, of course, we are busy. We are busy, the house help bed the child.
She got an
Until-
infection.
Yes, that's why the
Yes.
mother noticed now. Of course, that's what she was saying, my stomach.
It wasn't the stomach.
It wasn't the stomach.
Oh.
Yes, the
So if the child knows where the problem is, the child will be able to tell
call
you.
the name.
And if you make your children confident, let your children be your friend.
Yes.
Let them be able to confide in you when something happens.
What are the signs, help us tell parents, when you see your child behaving this way, that child has been molested, what are the signs?
Yeah, primarily, you have a child And this child, Ab Initio, has always been all over the place, jumping on the settee, running around. You actually have a hard time trying to get them to settle down. And all of a sudden, that same child becomes the most quiet person in
Something
the
is
house.
wrong.
That's a red flag right there. That is even one. And then another thing is, they usually tell you stories like you're in the kitchen and they're asking, Mommy, what's this? Mommy, what's that? At the point that child stops asking questions, something is
It's wrong.
fishy somewhere.
There's another one too. When a child have a particular relationship with an adult, we know when the adults who like children, but when this particular one, and you feel that the child is trying to keep some secrets, and the child is not willing to share whatever it is that goes on between him or herself with this adult, watch the adult.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And the adult who will try to defend their child when the child is strong, and you're trying to punish the child, and
they're
he's trying to
the
destroy
child's
you.
defense.
Yes, watch that. adult.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. What's our advice? That's our fine. I know we've run short of time.
Heads up, parents. Heads up, there is a green snake in the green grass.
Absolutely.
We all need to stretch all hands on the deck and pay more attention to what is going on with our children. Enough of this, I am busy, and
Absolutely.
who has the busy even helped?
True.
I mean, at the end
Who
of the
the
day,
heck?
we lose
Who the
we lose our legacies. The
Who
children
the
are
heck?
our legacies.
True.
Yes,
When you are
let's pay
busy,
more attention.
yes, when you are busy chasing money, and they are your biggest investments.
Yeah.
You get all the investment out there, and you can't secure your home. You're in trouble.
And they better believe that this thing is happening.
Absolutely,
Exactly. You ask, what shall it profit you to gain the whole world and lose the child for whom you're making the money for?
absolutely.
You know?
Yes.
So just watch it. Prevention is key. For me, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Let's do whatever we can to
prevent.
it. Because when it happens, you can't undo it.
True. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you. It's been an amazing time with you. Yes, just like you said, prevention is the best. I've been doing a lot of curative with the teenagers. If we can start preventing from when they are toddlers, let's do the things we need to do. Educate ourselves, get more information, and work from the angle of being intentional, being informed. As an informed parent, you would do better. Please, we can prevent this. It's actually getting out of hand, and we don't want what happened to us. It happened to some of us. Let it not be passed down to our children. It can be avoided. It can be prevented. Thank you. I want to hear from you. I'm going to put your details on the, so that they can reach out to you. If they also want to get your book, they can, order. I believe you can send it anywhere in Nigeria or in the world. Thank you so much for watching. Be careful. Let's be vigilant. Let's even believe, just like you said, believe it is happening. It's real. It's existing. Don't deny it. There's nothing to deny about this thing. Thank you. We'll be right back next time, same station, same time. Until I come your way, remember what I love to live with. You can become whatever you want to become. It's up to you. Believe in yourself, and everything is possible. Bye. I love you.